have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones. And
Right. This is the Talk Beat Jones, and I am Billy E. Jones. And again, we want to welcome and thank you very much for talking to us. That means talking to your friends, and let them know that you're with the Talk Beat Jones. Remember, we're on the Talk Beat Jones every Wednesday live. And again, that time is from 10 to 11 a.m. And of course, you can watch us on a Sunday from 4 to 5 on 15.2. That's right, 15.2 on everybody's channel. You can pick us up. And of course, you can go to the YouTube TV33 on demand, and you can watch us again, pick us up, share it, let your friends know that you know they can watch us 24 hours a day on that YouTube TV33 on demand. Well, right at about this particular time, we would be looking for Dr. Watson to call in. But again, Dr. Watson is that medical doctor who's really working, taking care of his clients, taking care of his patients, etc. So we are always privileged when Dr. Watson is able to call in and give you that telehealth type of situation and tell you about other type of situations that's dealing from your health perspective. You know, we're getting ready to go into the political scene, the political situation, and hopefully at some point we'll have our political expert, Miss Michelle. She will be here. Miss Michelle Broughton will be here, call in and give us some perspective about the political world. Right about now, I want to do this. I'm going to kind of do something off the cuff. The brother, when I came here from Detroit, came out here to Detroit in 2002, Timmy Tim picked me up and brought me to the TV studio. Mr. R.J. Watkins, Mr. Henry Tyler placed me on the TV to do programs, special shows, etc. Mr. J.D. Hill placed me in the format of representing him on television 5 and sometimes 6 days out of the week. The good brother, the real good brother, had a chance to meet me, talk with me, feel me out, and became a person, one of my most loyal, strong supporters, Minister Malik Shabazz. That's right, Minister Malik Shabazz is the person that also on his show had me to come in and do his shows a couple of times a week. And Minister Malik Shabazz, of course, had that unfortunate situation in which he actually made a transition about 3 to 4 times. But God said he's not ready for him. And he's battling, and he's battling. He's a fighter. And on this battle front that he is on, he needs your help, family. He needs your help, because everything to live and to breathe, there's a cost attached to it. And Minister Malik Shabazz is having a fundraiser, and I'd hoped to be able to have his host that's going to host this fundraiser, Dr. Umar Johnson. I'd hoped to have had him on the show. Technically, we were unable to make a connection, so I am going to do this kind of off the shoulder. I was not involved in the planning. I was not involved in whatever the folks that's handling Dr. Umar and Minister Malik Shabazz. I was not involved, poo-poo, on that, because again, I know that we could have done a wonderful job doing the interview. Ooh, that's wonderful. Doing the interview with Dr. Umar, because Dr. Umar is a person that was here during the time that he was putting his school together for boys. And of course, Minister Malik Shabazz was a strong supporter, is a strong supporter of Dr. Umar Johnson. But let me just kind of give you this information that I have from their clip. Dr. Umar Johnson presents a fundraiser for Minister Malik Shabazz Saturday, August the 8th at the Shrine of the Black Madonna. So it will be Saturday, August 8th at the Shrine of the Black Madonna. Now I'm going to ad-lib. What they're trying to do, family, and what they're going to do is establish at least 100 folk, to go into a routine of donating $22 a month to the app, cash app of Minister Malik Shabazz. That's $22 a month, 100 folk. Now I'm going to get off the cuff again, hit my shoulder, because I'm going to say something that folks are going to say, why did he say that? Because I know this for a fact. There are folks who are working through the situation, the government offices here, and they're getting paid. The activists, some of the activists are getting paid, and they're doing wonderful, great work that Minister Malik Shabazz was the leader every day in getting out, finding folks who are doing crimes, folks who are serving bad food, taking care of folks who had their loved ones missing, folks who had been killed and the perpetrators were not found. Minister Malik Shabazz was the leader in going after these particular and other circumstances. And he also developed other folks who had aspirations of being persons that was willing to put their lives on the line in order to come out and do the type of work that Minister Malik Shabazz was and still doing even in his recovery state. So these activists that learned the style of Minister Malik Shabazz in going out and representing the community and trying to tell the brothers, chill out, we don't need to kill each other. They also picked up the fact that they can also assist in trying to find persons when you have a family member or friend who had been hit and killed by hit-and-run drivers, etc. They also worked on that. When we had folks that was going around and was raping our folk, they also participated in going after those particular folks, etc. So I'm asking the persons who have benefited and are benefiting from the work that they learned and coming out and doing things with the guidance of Minister Malik Shabazz. And they're doing some wonderful work now. I'll tell you what, we got some activists that is like woo, second to none. And so I'm asking them to take their folk, their group, and potentially themselves, and lead this drive in contributing to this $22 a month fundraising for Minister Malik Shabazz. Now let's go to the families that Minister Malik Shabazz has helped. That's right, has helped you during your grief period of time. And when I say grief period of time, we know that regardless of the results of the search, you're still going to have that grief. But at least you may have had some resolution. So we're asking you to tap into yourselves potentially, if financially you can afford it. Maybe you can ask your friend or other family members who have that financial situation where they can afford it to tap into the $22 a month. But let's take a little pause to that. If you cannot contribute every month $22 a month, family, remember, do what you can. Do what you can. And if it's just the first time around that you come across and you have that $22 to $50 or whatever, and you may not be able to do it the next month or the month after, but you do it when you can. Because this is not a one-time situation for the minister. This is a lifestyle with his medical care. And he's been receiving some of the best medical care. And I want to salute the officials, the city of Detroit officials who've held different positions, from the mayor, ex-mayor, and the present mayor, and the religious orders and some of the everyday wonderful folks, business folks, police folks, etc., who have come to visit and show Malik that they still love him, they still support him, and they're doing what they can do to keep his name and his plight out, and letting the folks know they still put a stamp of support to the great work of Minister Malik Shabazz. So again, I'm ad-libbing from the heart. I'm ad-libbing from the heart. They don't know I was going to do this. I sat in this chair. I didn't know I was going to do this. But, folk, I love that man. I love that man. I'll say it again. I love Minister Malik Shabazz. I watched him work tirelessly for everybody, including this station. And he put his big arms around me to help me be successful. To help me be successful, not just in my work on television, radio, but in life. In life. So a person like that, when you see he is down, but he's not out, he's breathing, he has his spirit, he has his mind, he has his spirit again, he has his love, and he still has his commitment. Yeah, he can't get out there and march, whether the sun is 100 degrees, whether it is snowing and got 3 or 4 feet of snow on the ground, whether the wind is out there howling and the rain is falling down like sheets of water, buckets. Yes, he did it in all of those conditions because his commitment was to find the perpetrators who were causing harm in our community. He did it to make sure that when the authorities didn't have the manpower, when the authorities didn't have the time to go out and try to find these folks, after many times they would start for a brief period of time and then their resources meant they had to move forward and go to other situations. Minister Malik never gave up. Never gave up. So when you hear this from around the world, when you see this and you hear this, you tap into it and you let your friends and your family know. We're talking about a champion. We're talking about a man that was a mountain, is a mountain. He can't step as high, but he ain't stepping low. He can't go like he used to, but he's still on the flow. That's Minister Malik Shabazz. My guy, your guy, our guy. And if you hear this from around the world and you pick up on leadership and you support leadership, you put in your bucket list Minister Malik Shabazz out of the Detroit area. He's a man's man. He's a man that women can respect. And I don't care what religious order you're with, what nationality you're with, or he went out for everybody. Okay? So that's Minister Malik Shabazz. And once again, I'm going to just kind of get you a little tip on this. Dr. Umar Johnson presents a fundraiser for Minister Malik Shabazz. That's Saturday, August the 8th at the Shrine of the Black Madonna. That address is 7625 Linwood Street. 7625 Linwood Street. So we're asking you to go there and help out, because you'll be helping yourself, not just the minister. You'll be helping yourself, because in life sometimes we say, pay it forward. And that's what you would be doing, is paying it forward, because remember, you may have had a family member that was down. You may have had a family member that was missing. You may have had a family member that walked into a business that was serving them dirty, nasty meat that they mixed in with fresh meat to make it look better. You may have had a situation in which you walked into a business, a store, etc., and they treated you like back in the old days. He wouldn't stand for that. He wouldn't stand for that. And he'd walk in, all 6'4", 300 plus pounds, not threatening, not coming in acting ghetto, came in acting as a religious representation of the folk, and letting folks that what you're doing is not right for the folk, not right for the people, not right for that person. Let's come to a resolution so that your business can do good and my people, his people, can feel respected and be respected. That's the minister. That's the minister. And when you see this man who died not one time, died not 2 times, died not 3 times, on the verge of dying the 4th time. Huh? Tell me something, folks. How many times have people say, my person died but came back? Well, how many times have they come back? 3 times. That man's heart just wouldn't stop, even though it's something different now. But I told him years ago, I said, minister, you're not having any rest. Anytime you're being sick, you're still getting up out the bed and you're still going out there in whatever type of condition of the weather, and you're out there in it. And he says, my people need me. My people need me. And I was fit person, family, but I couldn't stay out there and work the way the man worked. I did it a few times. But guess what? I ended up in bed. I ended up in bed because the man just wouldn't stop. When he marched and you marched with the minister, tell you what, you were going to march. I can remember Governor Snyder that was having problems. And I can remember when Governor Snyder came to Detroit and the minister had called folks to come and greet Governor Snyder. Governor Snyder's folks tried to find a way to get in the building. But the wonderful thing was, the funny thing was, to see them trying to sneak Governor Snyder out of the building. And we were at the far end of the entrance and thought we were at another door he may come out. They snuck him out of another door. And when they put him in the car and started off, minister ran to the car, was running at the car. They had to come and make a left turn and a left turn to come back. And it was actually down on the other side of the block from where we were. And the minister was running to make sure he got noticed by Governor Snyder's folk. I mean, you could have seen a man 6'4", 300 plus pound running. But that's the way the minister handled his business. Okay? So, family, like I said, he's down, but he's not out. And you can see him standing not on those sturdy, firm legs that he always had, not with them size 16, 17 foot feet, being able to bam, bam, bam. But he's moving. And I'll be darned if he ain't still trying to get out there and holler at folk. The man's drive is just incredible. And you say, Billy, well, how did you get to be doing his shows? Because the minister never at a point did not want to have a show that was a rerun. All of his shows, regardless, he wanted to come on the air live. And I finally was able to get to his ear and get to his heart to let him know, minister, I can help you. I can help you. And that's how I got to be coming on his shows a couple times a week. Otherwise, the minister was going to be here after he had marched, before he had to go march, 4 or 5 times a week doing shows. And I knew I could give him quality hosting on his shows. And the minister never, ever, not even one time, ever pulled me aside and said, Billy, this is what you're going to say, and this is what you're not going to say. When he brought guests for me to interview, he never said, this is what you got to do, this is how you're going to do, this is how it works. He trusted me to handle the business. And I didn't come on being the J.D. Hill show. I didn't come on being the Billy E. Jones person. I represented the minister. I respect that man. And I'm talking this way, family. Again, off the cuff. I don't have a script. Nobody's been in my ear. And I'll tell you this, in fact, I was a bit miffed, to use a nice phrase, that I was not included in the media presentation for the fundraiser. So for those who are doing these things with the minister, I just want you to understand, I'm smiling outside, but I'm not smiling inside. I know on the microphone, I take a back seat to nobody. I want you to know that, handlers of Minister Malik Shabazz. And I don't believe that with my credibility that I should be last minute included. So I want you to know I'm an upfront person. I bow to nobody, and I speak the truth. And my truth says that I need you to help out the minister. I want you to come out to this presentation. And by the way, I've interviewed Dr. Umar Johnson before, at least twice, during the time that Dr. Umar Johnson was putting together his school for boys. So he knows me, and I know him. He's going on to do a lot of other things, but I know the man. So Dr. Umar Johnson, and he's a fantastic, fantastic person. He is. And if you've never spoken or never heard Dr. Umar Johnson, you need to come out to this situation, but I'm going to just read it the way it's printed. Dr. Umar Johnson, let me change it up here and give you this other voice. Dr. Umar Johnson presents a fundraiser for Minister Malik Shabazz that Saturday, August the 8th at the Shrine of the Black Madonna. That's 7625 Linwood Street, Detroit, Michigan, at 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Tickets are $50. Vendors welcome. And Again, it is to get 100 folk to go into a $22 a month rotation. But as I stated before, if you can't do the $22 every month, maybe you can do $22 when you get $22. How about that? He deserves your support. That's Minister Malik Shabazz. We're going to prepare for going to a commercial break. And again, I'm going to shift up, but I just want to let you know I'm a little heated. But this is the Talk Beat Jones. I am Billy E. Jones. And again, we go around the world all the time on Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 11. And again, you can watch us, pick us up on the YouTube, TV33 on demand. Don't forget, also on Sundays from 4 to 5 p.m. on the station 15.2. We're now talking about the fundraiser volume for Minister Malik Shabazz. That's what we're doing. We're talking for Minister Malik Shabazz. We want you to take the time to spread the word about the fundraiser. Again, come on out, meet Dr. Umar Johnson, and speak to the Minister Malik Shabazz. We're going to prepare to take that commercial break, and we'll be back after these commercial announcements.
Don't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones, and
Your radio is now on TV. Your TV is now on radio. WHPR 88.1 FM can now be heard and seen worldwide. The same platform that hosts all of your favorite content now has WHPR TV and radio. Have your own radio or TV show on Roku with approximately 8 million homes. Debut your music video, clothing line, church ministry, plays, or products. A limited number of slots are available, so act now. For more information, visit RokuDetroit.com or call 313-868-6612. You heard about it. Now come be a part of it. Roku Detroit Worldwide. Approximately 8 million viewers. You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
Hi, this is Billy E. Jones, Talk Beat Jones. You can watch me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on WHPR TV 33 Now app. Download our free app at WHPR TV Now.
Feel good about your future with tuition-free programs at Wayne County Community College District. Whether you want to be in healthcare, computer science, the culinary arts, digital media, or robotics and automation for the next generation of vehicles, WCCCD has you covered. A full range of programs to achieve your goals, fit your schedule, and give you all the support you need to be successful. All of it tuition-free. Now there's something to feel good about. Register today at wcccd.edu.
If you enjoy the music, the talk, and the vibe right here on WHPR, we need your support. Help us keep independent radio alive by sending a Cash App donation of whatever you can to $WHPR TV Radio. Every dollar makes a difference. That's $WHPR TV Radio. Support the station that supports you.
313watkins.com. Streaming on Roku.
don't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones, and
E. Jones, and remember to Talk B. Jones. We on the air every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. And on Sundays, you can pick us up on 15.2 from 4 to 5 p.m. And you can go to YouTube, TV33 on demand, and you can watch us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And don't forget about that R.J. Watkins page. That's going to be something that you just see all the different shows on the R.J. Watkins page. Now, for those persons out there who've listened to the earlier part of this program, if you choose to want to call and talk, let's give you a number. Sometimes we have folks that like to talk, and we want to let you know we appreciate you taking that time to talk. And, you know, my problem is people have always keep telling me, Billy, we just like to hear you talk. And that's wonderful, that's fine. But for those who say, let me throw a few words in and let them hear my thoughts, you can call right now. That's right, right now. My lines are open. 313-365-7379. Once again, that live line that you can call and talk right now. 313-365-7379. And we'll take you and place you on the air and hear what's on your mind. And I'll tell you what's circulating on my mind is health. It's health. Health. Because if you don't have your health, you can't have no wealth. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care what status in life you may possess. If your health is not right, you are not right. Because people can see you handling your situation and will say, wow, he looks good taking care of himself. He looks, even though he has this situation going on, he looks like he's doing or she's doing good. But when that door closes and everybody else is gone and you're by yourself, or that person is by themselves, you can control a whole lot of things, but you can't control the thoughts that come across your mind. You can't come across the reality of you checking out what's going on with your body and the things that's going through your body. Those are self-evaluations. Those are self-situations that you bring into your own private sphere of your own world. And if your body and your health is not right, your thoughts are not right. Now, when that door opens, other folks come in, you can switch, because you don't want nobody else to know what you're really, really feeling. So to right about now, I want to salute. I want to take this time to salute the healthcare workers. That's right, the healthcare workers. Whatever the brand that you may consist with, the healthcare workers, the persons that are taking care of folks who are in need of aid for their care. Healthcare workers, what I found when I really had to do the work and take care of a person 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and had to do everything. Everything. When you have a patient that cannot do anything for themselves, and when I give you the word anything, take that for the truth. Anything. They can't move. They can't turn. They can't assist themselves. They can't take themselves to the bathroom. They can't even feed themselves. And then you go through the complaints that they may be having with the medications that the doctors are prescribing them. And they are being prescribed these medications. Family, check this out now. they're being prescribed these medications that have various side effects. Listen to me carefully. They are being prescribed medications that have side effects, but when the patient complains about a situation, the doctors are doing the best that they can to match them up with the medications for those situations. But as a healthcare worker taking care of the patient, I bore the responsibility of reading all of the side effects. And when the person is lying there and they're saying they're itching and they really can't scratch themselves, and you're doing all of these things, and the patient still complaining about their itching, you've got to take and time and scratch. You have to drop everything else you're doing and you have to scratch. And then they prescribe medications for the scratching, for the itching. And guess what? When you take the time to read it, one of the side effects of that anti-itching medication is that it may cause itching. And you have a person that's taking 10, 12, 14, 15 different medications, and you read it, and you see all of the potential side effects that each of these drugs have that your client can be subjected to. So they're taking the medication to help them deal with a situation, but that medication has caused them to have other situations. What can you do? What can you do? If the medical folk cannot give you the medication that's going to stop them from having these adverse situations, sure, it may be helping with that medically they need it for, but the side effects are so irritable to the patient. And I took time at one point and read 10 medications, and all of them had a potential side effect of itching. And I couldn't understand why my patient kept complaining about itching. Can you scratch me? Can you scratch me? Why scratch you? I just got through scratch. I'm itching. And they're almost crying. I don't know about you, but if you ever itched, oh my goodness. So, and then you have the medications that causes them not to be able to use the bathroom. Then you got the medications that cause them to overuse the bathroom. And they can't turn themselves. And they can't even fully excrete or push out that needs to come out. And you've got to manually go in there and help them. And what happens when it comes time that they need to be changed? Huh? And they can't lift themselves. They can't turn themselves. You've got to use your body on a consistent basis of reaching and manually with your muscles, turning, pushing, lifting. And guess what? Oops, there goes my back. Oops, there's my problem with my hips. Oops, now I got a knee problem. Now my feet and ankles are hurting. But guess what? You still got to come back and do that same routine day in, day out, day in and day out. And Do your body get a chance to heal? Nope. Nope. Because you have that responsibility of taking care of your patient and the patient's needs. And then you start walking with that stoop over look because you can't stand up straight because the smaller your back is killing you. You can't really walk with the proper gait because what? Your hips and your knees are hurting. And let's get down to what the ankles are doing and what the feet are doing. Now you've developed swelling in your feet and ankles. Healthcare workers, I salute you. From wherever you are, from wherever you're working, and I don't care what nationality, what race, what creed, whatever you are, I salute you. Because you're not getting the proper respect and understanding from the folk that you have to go home and try to show love with your aching, breaking down, broke down body, that before you had to take care of those clients in those fashions, you were fine, you were healthy, you looked good, you felt good, you thought that everything was wonderful until you had to take care of that client with those situations. But do your people that you love and they supposed to love you, do they care? You're supposed to be all right. You're supposed to be all right. And you try to carry yourself in that fashion that it's going to be all right. That you are all right. That the next day you're going to feel better. But do you feel better the next day? But you still got to go back to that client. You still got to do that lifting, shifting, twisting, turning. You still got to clean that house. Still got to cook them meals. Still got to get them doctor appointments to right. And does it ever end? No. Because your attention is going to be with that client. And these other things, when your client may doze off, I say may doze off, then you may go and do something else. But does it end? You got to wash the dishes. You got to take care of the floors, take care of the bathrooms. And let's do this. For people who are doing home care, taking care of the clients at their home, and their friend or their neighbor want to come by and visit, if the client is lucky to have a client or have a friend or a family member who wants to visit. And they come and they want to come unexpected. And your client just had a number 2 movement. That you're trying to clean them. You're trying to deal with them. And they're not in the bathroom, they're in the bed. But when that person knocks on the door and want to come in, the first thing they do is, ooh, what's that smell? You ain't, what you doing in here? You ain't taking care. Come on now. Will come in and disrespect you in that fashion. Will come in and disrespect you with that type of fashion. Healthcare workers, I don't know you, but I'm sending out love to you that family and friends are not able and will not understand your plight. How do I know? I'm one of you. I'm one of you. 24/7, I took care of my client. And I was a physical specimen. Take that for what I'm speaking of. I was a physical specimen. Didn't know about the back problems. Didn't know about the hip problems. Knew about the knee problems from playing football. Knew about the ankles from playing football. And broke another ankle on another scenario. Never had the swelling of the feet and stuff. All of these things that I mentioned occurred and visited, and some of them decided to stay with me. Huh? But God is good. God is good. Because at this juncture, my background as a physical guru kicks back in. So I understand now what I have to do to recapture my physicalness. As a person that's led thousands of folks to happiness and health and strength, reduction of the hips, thighs, tummy, and waist, strength, beauty, grace, I know what it takes. But knowing what it takes is not doing it. Because the reason you see some people in shape and a lot of folks out of shape is because getting in shape is not easy. You can know it, but it's not easy. What you go through to get through different parts and times and phases of your physicalness, it's not easy. The pain that you go through, they used to have the thing about, if there is no pain, there is no gain. Well, heck, who wants to pay the price to have pain? Huh? So why do you think that athletes during the off season come to camp and have to go through the training camp before they even get to the exhibition games, and then they're still out of shape? The body, the muscles, the ligaments that some of you will overuse and get tendonitis. The sprains you'll get from trying to be doing things too hard, too quick. There is a marriage, family. There is a marriage. I've gone from being that guru of fitness to like, oh man, I can't kind of move like this. But you can join me. You can join me on my journey. You can join me on my journey, in a journey of laughter and love, because look, I'm going to put it out there. You're going to be able to see me. You'll see that I don't have that gracefulness. I don't have that power. I don't have that strength. I don't have that agility that I would have been associated with. But I'll be laughing like you. I'll be laughing at me too. Yeah. Because you have to take it as humor when you're going through fitness. You have to feel that you love yourself and that you love your body. I'm going to say it one more time. You have to feel that you love yourself and you love your body. If you're going to make the gains to be that body. And you cannot be embarrassed because someone else is saying, oh, look at you, boy. Yeah, you look funny. But you know, there are some animals that when they're young, they look awkward. But as they grow, they get so beautiful and so graceful. And that's the way you have to look at it. Regardless of what you used to be, do you have to be that wonderful, that great again? No. But you can be the best that you can be. And that's the way it works. And why am I saying it this way? Because I am talking to myself too. I have to go through this struggle of being back now like everybody else, and then being worse than some many of us. Because what? I'm injured. The feet and the legs don't work the way they used to work. The back don't allow me to stretch and move and quickly do things the way it used to. My shoulders, my arms, they don't stretch and they don't move. They don't have that strength, that quick dexterity. Dexterity. Thank you, Mr. Tim. I get excited right about now when I'm talking about this because it's me. It's you. It's us. But you know what? If you smile and understand, we fall down, but we get up. Come on, y'all. And I'm going to need your encouragement too, because it's a journey. It's a journey. It's a day by day journey. My name, Billy E. Jones. You go to my Facebook page and you'll see I talked about it. I threw the pictures out. I did a reel to tell you what my past situation with my client, what it did to me, what it's left me with, and what I have to do to start my journey. And see, when you say things in the dark, you don't have to do it because nobody knows what you're saying. So what do? What am I doing? I put my journey out for whatever and let you know I ain't did these, I haven't done the things I'm going to be doing in years. How many years? Since 2001. Huh? Since 2001. And then you come and you just kind of touch a little bit. But now, I put it out there for you to see my first day, because what? I'm making the commitment. I'm making the public, let you know, this is where I'm starting from again. When people came and paid me, I looked at them and said, listen, the journey is not going to be short term. You will learn to love yourself and learn to love your body is what I will show you. And I showed thousands of folk. And now I'm doing the rerun to me. Okay? So laugh with me. Laugh at me. Point the finger. Oh, he ain't this, he ain't that. Oh, is that the guy that everybody talked about years ago? Is that the guy that's supposed to be the legend? The guru? The all that? Look at him. Huh? Come on. Come on. Because I don't mind. Because I know what the end product that I'm working to get to. I said I know what the end product I know that I'm working to get to. I didn't say what's going to happen. I said what I'm working to get to. Therefore, I am showing you my journey. I will do it. And I'll be back out there again, putting out another reel. This is my second day. This is my third day. This is my fourth day. This is my fifth day. I am the creator of the fitness dance called Jonesercise. Thousands of folks benefited, and thousands of folks still talked about what I taught them about loving their body. So my journey is to do what I taught others with me. Strong enough mentally that what you say, it flies past me, is what I say. And for folks who've gone through surgeries that have changed their bodies, have changed the appearance of their bodies, for folks who have gone through surgeries that have left scar tissue, scars on their bodies, and they saying, oh, this is an ugly scar. This makes me not look right. I don't want to show this. I don't feel good with this. I'm covering this up. For those friends and family, you see them covering it up, but guess what? Like I said, when they get by themselves and they unrobe and they see it, it's a mental change. And what I'm saying to you, you got to embrace. Got to embrace. Because that scar is showing you love, it's healing you, has healed you, took you from where you were, in pain, taking things out that was not good for you. That scar is showing you love. Okay? Now, this has been Talk B. Jones. Again, I am Billy E. Jones. And again, remember, we're on the air every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 11. And also on a Sunday, 15.2 from 4 to 5 p.m. And you can go to that YouTube TV33 on demand. And also, you'll be able to go to that R.J. Watkins page, the one to red and white. So again, family, love yourself, be with yourself, and hopefully we'll be joined again by Dr. H. Jeffrey Watson, M.D., very soon. And the political guru herself, Miss Michelle Broughton, we hope to have her back as well. I am your guy, Billy E. Jones. We love you, respect you. Let's get healthy, because health is your wealth. Love you. Peace. Bye now.
Don't have to go anywhere, because this is the Talk Beat Jones, and I